how do you make sure that you're hiring the right people? How do you test for that, interview for that? And then if not, how do you figure out, okay, I can train them, I can get them where they need to go?
I think what's most important for me whenever I've interviewed someone is really thinking about what does the person want to do versus what has the person done.
Hmm.
Um, Most people who've had a career have done some things, right? And this is not a factory where you kind of have, widgets that are being built, or you're moving, things that are very, what I would call pattern like, and the patterns are always the same. That's generally not true in most companies. Even after you've made a product and you have a factory, the factory is just putting out the thing that you made, right? But the getting to that and the innovation around that and the desire to understand who you are marketing to and what their needs are and what becomes most important. And I'm always looking for people who are intellectually curious. What is it that you want to do that's new? What is it that you're trying to understand? How do you bring that curiosity to a job? And how do you turn that curiosity into action?
Right.
Those are the things that I'm always looking for, as compared to, did you exactly do the role that we described on the spec?
Mhm. I love those insights. They're so important and very helpful for even people interviewing for jobs, quite frankly. It's interesting, throughout my career, if I had a penny every time someone apologized to me for a change that needed to take place, I'd be a gazillionaire. And I'm sure you too, because a lot of that change, hits marketing, square in the face. How do you how do you build the mindset that change is okay if it's what is the most next or the next most important piece to making sure that we're transforming in the right way?
For me, I like doing a lot of the research. That has always been for me kind of the starting point. What is the information that I have? What information do I need to have? Because I think marketing is one of the roles where you often have a lot of opinions.
Mhm.
I think that people don't necessarily always see it as a science, and it is very science and quant based if you really actually understand marketing. And but again, you also have to kind of take into consideration that people make up markets,
Mhm.
and there's no guarantee on a market, and people are somewhat, it's not even that they're fickle. You have to work really hard to understand what their needs are and to meet them in a place where there's the magic of, I have what you need and you have the want, and those things come together, and then that's where really the magic happens.